Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a long demanded one. I'm diving into a Q&A session on being a QoS where I'll be answering your questions. So get comfortable and let's get into it. And remember, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you will never miss a video. Right, let's get started. So I wanted to actually start by saying I get asked to talk on this subject often, but appreciate it's a very difficult subject to approach. I'm really hoping that I can navigate this subject respectfully. I am really not wishing to cause any offence to anybody. So let's break down this topic before getting into some of your questions. Let's start with the definition of the term QoS. So it's an abbreviation of Queen of Spades and it signifies a woman's sexual preference for black men. This is often indicated by a tattoo or a symbol of a Queen of Spades, such as my necklace or the tattoo on my wrist. I am very aware that the word spade is a racial slur, which adds a whole lot of extra difficulty in navigating this topic. I hope that the context the word is being used in makes it clear that the term is not meant in a derogatory way and is not intended to cause any offence. I'd honestly really love for a new term to be coined that is much more respectful. I'd also quickly like to address some of the other interpretations of the term, mostly for context and awareness. It's often argued that the swinging community coined the term QoS. The women in the swinging world are often still in relationships with white guys, often married to a white guy, whereas for me personally, I am not attracted to white men at all, and I really struggle to relate to the women that are married to white guys that also claim to have a preference for black guys. Like, it just doesn't commute for me. So my definition varies from some other people's definition. And I also find some parts of the community have brought with it, in some cases, some fetishization of black men. In all honesty, it makes my blood boil when I see people refer to black guys as BBC, as if that's all they are. Like, yes, they may have a BBC, but they are much more than that. So they are a whole human. It's also ridiculous that people assume all black men have big dicks, which is absolutely not where I'm coming from. I do have a preference for black alpha males that are hung, but that is not to say that all black men are like that. So for the last decade, I have been in long-term relationships with black men. It's not just sex for me, it's the full package, and hopefully I've clarified a few things for you before diving into your questions. So I must say a lot of your questions were on cuckolding, which I am not covering in this video. I've already done a video on cuckolding, which you can check out here. So let's get into your questions. So question number 1, at what point did you realise you were a QoS? So I did actually write a whole blog post on this. I will pop a little link. But for me personally, I grew up in a city where there weren't really a lot of black guys. I hadn't encountered many black guys. There was like one black guy in my entire school and he was a couple of years above me. And so I just kept having really disappointing sexual encounters through most of my teens. And then it wasn't really until my 20s when I moved to London that I discovered what was missing. Question number 2, what's been your favourite experience to date? So I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not going to give you a sexual experience. Obviously I've had a lot of very good sexual experiences. But for me, it's been seeing black women and black men in my industry getting so much more recognition than they have done previously. Like, I just attended the XBiz LA Awards, and it was just so nice to see guys that I've been shooting with for years finally getting the recognition that they deserve. It's just really nice to see that, like, a major shift in perception, and yeah, it's very overdue, and it makes me very happy to see. Question number 3. How is it meeting a normal white guy after starting with BBC? So I don't like it when people like don't say it like that. But anyway, I do not meet white guys. I have no intention to. It's not on my agenda. I have been black only for 7 years now, I think it is. It's in I have a blog about going black only, and the date's in that. I'm not very good at retaining dates, but it's been a long time. And yeah, the only white guy was for a paid scene for Brazzers in the whole 7 years, which, you know, wasn't due to preference. It was due to a paycheck and a platform exposure for cuckolding. So yeah, I just don't go there with white guys at all. Question number 4. Do you ever have random people know what it means when you are wearing QoS clothing? So not overtly. Like, I have my necklace and my tattoos, and I do sometimes wear the clothing to the gym, and I feel like people look, and I occasionally get compliments, but no one explicitly says that they know what it means. I do have a lot of fun with this one. Like, if I'm having to like show ID to like a really hot black security guard, I like making sure that I sort of use that hand when I'm showing my ID, and I get like some looks, but I've never actually had anyone specifically say that they know what it is. Question number 5. What made you a QoS? Does it mean that you punish white men? So for me, just my experiences with white guys were just massively unsatisfying in every possible way. And so yeah, I had some relationships with some black guys along the way, and yeah, I would never go back. It doesn't necessarily mean that I punish white guys. I seem to attract white guys that like to be punished or humiliated, but I'm not necessarily a sadistic person. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to punish white males unless that is something that they're into. Question number 6. How do I start playing out my fantasies in real life? So I would suggest starting out by checking social media like Twitter or Reddit. There's loads of subreddits on these topics that have loads of people posting. You know, there'll be couples posting or single guys posting. So yeah, I would really recommend just checking those out. It's easier to approach people that are already into the dynamic than trying to broach a subject with someone that may not be aware. Okay, question number 7. Do you like leading white boys into the BNWO? So for those of you that don't know, BNWO stands for Black New World Order. And yes, personally, I don't understand how it's not obvious that the Black New World Order is coming. You know, there are so many incredible black actors in movies. There are so many incredible athletes winning, you know, all sorts of medals, and there's all sorts of entrepreneurs, like just across the board. Like, I just feel like black people are hugely excelling, and I feel like they've been robbed of those opportunities for a very long time, and it's great to see it happening, and I think that you are being very blinkered if you can't see what is ultimately happening. I'm very excited for it. I'm here for it. Okay, lastly, question number 8. Obviously you're a size queen, but why only black beside size? Okay, let me clarify before I answer. I am not saying all black men possess these qualities. I am not attracted to all black men, but the qualities that I appreciate in the men that I have dated are the confidence and self-assurance that they have, that I have never ever found in any white guys that I've ever dated. They are far more able to handle dating an alpha female without trying to undermine them. The relationships I've been in, I've always been encouraged to be sexy and independent, whereas where I've been with white guys, they have tried to limit that. I also find small things like black body hair is so much sexier than white guys. Like white guys' hair is all like bleh, and black guys it's all like curly and sexy. But yeah, I just think, you know, genetics, style, intelligence, culture, food, just like black people just have a lot a lot more going for them. Like they season their food. But anyway, let's wrap this up before I get too excited about food. Okay, that is a wrap on this no holds barred Q&A session. Your curiosity fuels this channel and your questions are so appreciated. Remember, it's your support and curiosity that keeps this community thriving. If your question didn't get onto this video this time, please don't hold back. Drop a message in the comments below and I will check them out, or I post the little Q&A box on my Instagram when I have these things coming, so make sure you're following me there so you don't miss the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video today, and hit the subscribe button to join our ever-growing community. We just hit over 1,000 followers, and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of the future action. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.